Okay, we're going to figure out how much we can cut these. Lights off. So first thing I do is figure out what the undercut is right here. It appears to be 330. We're going to go ahead and zero it. Then we go out here and measure what the hole is. And we have 234 thousandths of wall thickness to work with, divided by 2. So that's 115 plus a little extra thickness.
Well, we can take it
through the center here. So how much of a wall do you want to go down to?
I don't know what would be strong enough to hold that vibrating thing up there.
10 thousandths wall thickness would be not enough.
10 what?
10 thousandths would not be enough.
Okay. So what do we got to do?
More than 10.
I have my numbers are not clicking in my head right now. And how much do we have to play with?
We got 234 total divided by 2. 115 thou. So if you drop from 15 thou to you're what, 150 or 115 wall. If you want to go down to 75 wall, that's 25 plus 15.
40.
50.
50. 25 plus 15 is 40, but 10 more, right?
Oh yeah, 25. That's right. I thought 35. Yeah, 40. So we go 40 thou bigger. Now that would be double though.
We don't need too many drill bits here, the Tatro machine. We got them all going on.
Yeah, we're at 96 thousandths right now. We're going to go bigger. Let me see, I lost my number. You lost my train of track. Okay, we had 20, we're at 75 wall. We're 115, so it's 25, 35. 35 times twice is 70. We can go 70 thou bigger than what this is. So we're 90, so that's 170 thousandths.
Computed into English is what?
We have 107. We have a 173 drill or a 169 drill.
That's how those are listed, really? Let's go 69, man.
Let's go with the big one.
The big one? Okay.
Now, how much of a difference would that be when we're done?
Twice as big as it is now.
It'd be a flow probably double here, if not triple. And we still got 75 wall through the center part, which is still pretty damn thick for a bowl. The hard part in here is how we're going to hold this, because these jaws
go down this small?
These jaws are not made to have little chicken shit little bolts in here like this in here. I'm hoping that gets down where I need to be. Not really. That will have to do. It's not centered.
No, it's not centered.
You don't like that?
No more than you do. It'd be hard to drill a hole like that.
I don't know about that.
I'm surprised that 5 jaws or 6 jaws in it and make it straight no matter what.
I'm not hitting on the jaws.
Oh. Getting better. Are you hitting on just the washer on that thing?
Yeah. See, I like how the center hole is not even centered to the bolt head.
That's nice. That means they were forged wrong, huh?
Means their accuracy was not very good, which means our accuracy is not going to be very good either.
But we'll have a bigger hole.
Yeah, but it'll be 75. It won't be 75 wall, it'll be 50 and 100. But I'm okay with that. I'll drop that.
This always amazed me since the first time I saw a drill do this, where the drill's not turning but it's cutting. It just thrills me for some reason.
Something has to turn.
Yeah. A little lubrication for the bit.
Just a little. Plenty of time. We need some. And we're going to go in high gear here. Belt drive. Ooh, that's cranking the speed up now. Now we're going to see how hard that material is. Oh, that is some good shit there. You notice I'm not feeding it too hard or fast. We never do that.
Not through all the way yet? No. Yeah. There we go. I don't know about you, but I think our hole is going to be in pretty good shape all the way through there. No?
All I know is I'm going all the way through.
One down, folks. Oh,
How much was that?
was that deburr?
Yeah, how much was that deburring tool?
I don't know.
$15.
$15. Is that
A
new?
bit.
Huh?
Not a bit.
Is it new?
It was used once before this.
It looks like it. Get that at the convention?
I got that drawer right over there.
Oh.
It was $150 for that little container of
For what?
tools.
Oh, you bought some tools?
Yeah, I have to buy them every year. You break them, you have to get new ones.
Yeah, I go through drill bits like crazy myself. It's because I don't have a lathe. Is that some super trick wire on the end of that thing, or what? Tungsten carbide, or?
That is called solid carbide.
Solid carbide. Okay.
Cutting bit.
Yeah.
This one's for cutting steel. They got another one for cutting cast iron.
Oh, really?
When these tools get worn out, it really breaks the bits off. But when you go to buy the bits, they're $115 a piece.
Wow.
You have to buy 10 minimum. So
Gotta have them though, folks.
that's $150, and you have, of course, you have to have the cast iron ones too. Another $150.
What's the difference? Just the material? The angle of the cut, or what?
One's like a 60-degree angle. The other one's 45.
Okay.
Okay.
One down,
so,
folks. See the difference here? Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. Well, you know. First and Scooby. No.
So you blow through one, you can't feel. You blow through the other, you get air coming through.
We're going to evac the crankcase really good now.
So that will flow 3 times the volume what that Harley one did. Now we should be 75 wall if the hole was actually in the center, but seeing how Harley doesn't know how to put a hole in the center of anything, it is what it is. That looks pretty good on this end, so hopefully by the time we got down to here we were decent.
I think so.
Now if you want to check our math to see if we're accurate, which never hurts, we never make mistakes around here. 0. It appears I was in error of my 75 number because that's more than 75. That's 77.
Excuse me.
It's actually 3.5 above that, so that's 78.5 or so, 78.25.
Okay.
So evidently this is thicker than it's supposed to be. Now we can make it bigger yet. That was just the initial hit. So
The idea is just get as much crankcase pressure out as we can, right?
yes,
As
right now
easily as possible.
right now our wall thickness is that much.
Okay.
Does that look like about the wall is?
I can't get a good focus on that thing.
Okay. Now I didn't measure it right between the thread though. There might be thinner in the thread. I only measured it down here. I don't really care about the thread. There might be a difference there. I didn't check that. You probably should have though. It appears to be the same.
I think that's right. Yeah, I was gonna say about the same.
Anyway, it's going to flow a little bit more air than we had before. Just a little bit.
I don't care for the whole system myself, but
This system sucks. I could start drilling on this side, you know.
would it be easier to line it up?
It's going to come out the other side. Of
What's it grabbing on? The big washer?
Yeah. That's what I was holding on to. Yeah. Can't even see the chuck marks, but
Right there.
I was holding on that.
Okay. Yeah, it might be a little easier this way. To center it up. Yeah. Looks like it's
Does
pretty,
that one spin true?
it's pretty straight to me.
I like the other side. The disadvantage of this is it's going to try to follow the screwed up hole all the way through, at least the other way. I started out maybe helping it a little bit.
Just an awesome machine.
Now this is basically a brand new cobalt drill because I don't think I've used this size more than a few times. It looked brand new.
Cutting well.
Now this drill kit is from the mid 70s, late 70s.
Yeah.
We don't always use very many sizes now like this.
You know what? I'm not getting clear on my go in on it, you know? It's not focusing in.
It usually likes to focus on the back wall.
Oh, it's just looking at whatever's back there, huh?
Yeah.
Not what I want to focus on?
And if you zoom in more than 50%, it tends to go blurry.
Okay.
Camera's like any other tool, you have to learn its traits and work around the problems.
Yeah, I think real clear was like right here right now because there's a bigger object in the drill bit or something, you know?
Yeah, you gotta fake it into.
Thinking it's looking at something else.
Yeah, you have to fake into it. Putting the bevel on the end there is going to make it flow even better. Because the air is going to have a nice tapered funnel to go into.
How does it, what's it come up though? Through the all the way through the barrels?
Yeah, it comes through the rocker box. As I look down, it was like shit. There you go.
Looking good. Still strong enough to hold everything up and flow better out of the crankcase.
We don't know, it might fall off now.
I just hope to keep my fingers crossed.
If it falls off, you got to make them out of better metal. I've made custom ones before out of bigger bolts. And,
Yeah?
I've done them for
Or
chips.
retap the heads?
I've done those for chips on some of those custom bikes he does over there. Chopper,
Hot bikes.
Chopper, whatever his shop name is over there, I forget.
That's San Diego Customs they call it nowadays, I believe.
I was forgetting the number. Yeah, when we make stuff for him over there, we tend to make stuff out of different materials and
Sizes.
open them up like this kind of crap. Make them flow better. When we did this custom air cleaner for McKinney that I made for him, we did that too.
Did you make that oil pan for him too? Or have something to do with it?
Yeah,
Kinda?
I did
Made the
about
prototype or something, didn't you?
I did about 3/4 of the work on that one. Actually, the machine shop did all the oil return system. He designed it himself. I revised him and told him what to do, and he came up with a way of doing it. So I'm not going to take credit for the pickup part, but he came up with a way of making that really nice.
The pickup?
Yeah, it's all tubing pressed together with O-rings and stuff. Really nice. I was using hoses and fittings and shit, which I don't have ways of making. I don't have a CNC mill, so I can't make one-off parts like that. Okay, my blow these off, clean them up, we'll get them in the bike.
Top end's just about complete, folks.
So I guess I'm going to have to offer these as a eBay item now.
Send us your old ones, we'll fix them for you.
Yeah.
We don't have any
Not $29.99 or
bolts in stock.
$59.99. Do we get $29.99 or $59.99?
59.
$59.99. We'll make up a set for you, huh? Now you notice I didn't put any goop on there?
You use that stuff that's already on it or what?
Yeah, I don't know why you need goop on there anyway.
It's gotta be just some kind of a glue on there, you know?
The biggest problem if you break this thing off and glue it in, you ain't get it out, so I'm not going to glue it.
Well, you want to drill for an easy out, it should come out fairly easy.
Alright, let's see how strong these are. Okay, they didn't break yet. That's a good sign. Yep,
That was a torque wrench, guys, too.
it passed the torque test.
Nice and tight.
Look, I've got a lot more flow out of that now.
Yeah.
You want to know how much flow you have?
There you have, folks. Just like the flag on the moon.
You got that much.
Okay. That's a done deal.
We didn't do a stock one, so you know how bad the stock one was, but it's a lot less than that. Okay, now these go what, through the rocker box, I'm guessing, or they go under the rocker
Not
box?
through it.
So we have
They
to have
both
these
come out
really-
the top like that,
so
kind of
make
like.
sure they come up. Okay.
Let's see where they were
so
before. The one was kind of melted a little bit, where it kind of looked like it was getting ready to go through it, you know?
Maybe you
See
shouldn't
right
stick
there?
it- maybe you shouldn't stick it all the way through.
I didn't know the routing on it before. It's just like, see that, like,
That's not good.
you know, it was getting ready to do some damage.
So you
Oh,
gotta
there's
make
where the
sure
O-rings go.
Put the O-rings in there now. It's helpful if you don't forget to put these in. Very important to do the ones up underneath you don't see.
We're going with longer push rod tubes now, folks.
And we're going with adjustable push rod tubes,
Adjustable push rods,
otherwise
tubes,
known as Evo parts,
Evo stuff.
and Panet or Ironhead Sportster too.
You see, that's a twin cam, but we're putting Evo stuff in it.
Right, we're making it better one part at a time.
It's a good running bike. I like it. It just doesn't handle very well.
It's a dyna, they handle great.
Yeah, who's telling you that? Harley telling you that? Have you heard of the death wobble yet?
I've had a death wall with 160 on a bike once. It was a Sportster though.
Would you hit a bump out there?
No, the fucking guy cut the frame in half right here so he can clean my rocker boxes I put on the motor, make the motor run good.
Yeah.
So we put on an extra 50 horsepower on the motor. The chassis went like extra 50 down. And when the overlap goes the other way, it's not very safe.
Hmm.
And the pendulum went to the unsafe side when you have a lot of horsepower.
Man. Shook it apart?
It sure got up to 160, 70 really fast. You know? Definitely, it went into a hell of a wobble and threw me off the fucker.
That damn carburetor air cleaner backing plate sure puts a lot of glare into the camera.
It's that stupid chrome.
We'll work around it though.
Now, it appears to be the same color that we're going to use again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are very important. You have a rusty spring, a washer,
How did that
and
happen?
then the O-ring.
Is that from New York ice on the road? I mean, salt on the road
Where's
or
that
what?
Evo cover at?
Evo what?
Evo cover.
It should all be right there in front of you by the tire.
You don't see the other piece. Where'd you,
Those?
are these the Evo? They're stock.
Those are the Evos. That's all the new ones.
Don't mix up the new ones and the old ones over here. Okay, you want to make sure they go up and down. Good. So this here is Evo. And this here is either Panhead or Ironhead Sportster, depending on what you want to call it. And that's where our parts come from.
Can't use the stocky short ones.
You can, but it's really, really difficult to adjust the valves when you have adjustable push rods. Do you steal my O-ring?
Yep. So you don't get confused.
I wasn't confused. New, used, new,
Okay.
used.
I'm just making sure I didn't get confused.
Yeah, you might get confused. I didn't get confused. Make sure you don't get confused with a rusty washer and
Now they got
brown
rust. I don't
O-ring.
understand the rust in there now.
Somebody had some water in the vehicle once. And it
The
sat.
FXR was the one that was flooded, not this one.
Same problem. Okay, remember O-ring, 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 O-ring.
Yep.
Don't forget to put those. I've done that. Don't forget to do that. You have to take it apart to fix it.
Makes a big difference.
Pain in the ass.
You don't notice it
Now,
till the
you can
rocker
either
arms
put-
are all done?
You can either put these in here right now, or you deal with it later. Or you like dealing with it later? 'Cause it's easier to deal with it later.
You can't put the push rod in there?
What, these ones?
They have to go in from the top or what?
That comes from the top. Now you have longs and shorts.
Right.
Which one's which?
These are the shorts. These are the longs.
Where they go?
Exhaust. No, exhaust.
Intakes are
exhaust.
short, exhaust are long.
Right.
So on the application of the bike, they actually go this direction. They just have, when I picked them up, they were the other way. This is how they go on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Long on the outside, short on the inside. So what I do is I lay them out on the table, just like that. So it's hard to
1,
get
2, 3,
confused.
4. And you start at the front and work your way to the back?
I don't care which way you start. Either way you want. Now here's a
Rocker box bottom gasket.
silicon-coated steel shim gasket. So this evidently goes through the hole here, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
Yep.
Is that upside down?
Is there writing on it?
No, it doesn't say up. I don't see writing anywhere, do you?
Universal.
Universal? If it's a Yamaha?
I don't know. What about that hole right here? It lines up.
That doesn't matter. They make these things pretty well foolproof. Okay, which one's this one?
How do you tell? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're the same, aren't they?
Well, it's clean on both ends, so it must be a rear.
No, I cleaned them all up.
How in the hell is that
How's
going
that
to
gonna go through there
center?
like that?
There's no hole that goes through the center. See, you
you know.
you go by what the customer says, and he's full of crap.
Where
and
did it go?
It doesn't not go that way. It goes underneath the gasket. This is not an S-nest. It does not have a hole in the center.
Excuse me.
So this is
I didn't
gonna-
take it apart. I
This
wasn't.
is going to go out the front. It's going to go like that up here where all the wiring's at.
Is that where the bends are in that wire? It is too. And look.
We're gonna
Perfect,
find out.
Perfect.
We are going to find out. There goes more.
Look at that chrome shining like.
Yeah, now this one here, see, look at the corrosion on that? That was probably in the front. See, no corrosion? Corrosion.
You're probably right.
That was the front. Somebody put the damn wire in the wrong spot. Who did that?
Me.
People
I wasn't paying attention when you guys
Trying
took
to-
it apart where those
trying
things
to
were at.
confuse me. See, if you had a video of it, you could have went back and watched the video.
The S&S ones go right out the top, huh?
Yes, S&S has holes out the top. So they're done. Alright, so this goes up in here like that. Look at that. I bet you there's an O-ring that goes in there. I bet you it's that push rod O-ring that we got 2 extra ones over here. See these extra push rod O-rings?
Mm-hmm.
You're not looking at the extra push
Oh,
rods.
excuse me.
See, we have extra push rod O-rings. There was 9 of these things. Or 7 of them. 7.
An
7.
odd number, I know that.
Yeah, see, I bet you that goes in that hole right there. I don't know, that doesn't quite fit in there.
No?
That's too big. Nope, that's not the application for that one. It must
We
be
have
this.
some others.
I'm going to go with these 2 black ones because we got 2 of these left.
Mm-hmm.
Process of elimination, we're going to find what goes in that hole.
What is that hole? Is that part of the breather system? What is it?
It's a seal.
The oil going through it?
You got to make sure it is above the height of the gasket material you're trying to seal. So you put that on there. See how it's got to compress it down to seal it?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's above the surface, so that will seal. If you don't compress the rubber, then that means it won't work there.
Right.
Now that big fat one that you think would fit in it because the hole is so big is not the right one.
What's the other plate look like?
What other plate?
One goes on top of there.
The rocker stand?
Oh, the rocker stand goes on it? That's what it's sealing it. Okay. Maybe it has a little,
These things over here?
yeah. There it is.
They have that same mill that cuts your head gasket surface worked on this side.
And what goes over that O-ring? This hole or this one?
That sealing surface is what butts
It
up
goes right up
against
to that O-ring, oh, yeah. Well, they got some good mills over there at Harley.
Harley of India?
Probably. I did read something where they said they sold all of, they're manufacturing a lot of parts over there or something.
Yeah, they said they would never do that, too.
Made in the USA of Chinese and Indian parts.
I laughed at that as soon as I read it. Ah, they're full of shit. They're gonna
Never say never, Harley.
They're going to make parts over there as soon as they can. And it took them about 3 years, and they're making parts like crazy.
Yeah.
It took 3 years to build.
Could
a
not.
plant.
Well, the government doesn't want them to manufacture anything here anymore.
No,
But watch when Donald gets in.
it's just dirt cheap. That's
That's what it is. Bottom line.
okay.
Dirt
Now
cheap.
we need some push rods. I usually start
4
with the
brand newies there.
I usually start with the intakes.
Assembly lube.
I'll put a little bit of goop on them. And I take a push rod cover. I go through the hole for the intake. And I drop it in the hole. We use the push rod as a guide. You like the cover as a guide. You want to make sure your tips are lubed, because if they're dry, they will not be happy.
I'm going to turn that tire until we get oil pressure on this bike before we start it up, so we know we have oil in it.
That's not how you do it. You turn the motor over with electric start motor.
With no plugs in it? I mean,
With no plugs.
no ignition on it?
The ignition would be off.
I'm going to do it the Fred Flintstone method. Lube it up.
You'll be here forever doing it that way.
I don't doubt that. We got all our O-rings in. Everything's going fine. I can't believe how these motors have changed from the last one I worked on was a panhead, but
These are really different from my flathead.
oh, I'll bet. No,
Flathead's-
no push rods at all.
Flathead's faster.
It's faster.
Alright, before we forget, we're going to lubricate the valve stem tips too while we're here.
Okay. We got new roller rockers to go on top, folks.
That's right. We got to go gather all that stuff up next.
Good shot of the back of your head there.
How's it look?
Normal,
Good.
like usual.
Okay, we are good to go for now. We're going to cut and get some more parts. We'll be back.